It takes me at least 3 episodes to judge an anime, but then there are some anime that create that special first episode and hooks me like a fish. Here are 10 romance anime that had me hooked from episode 1. Let's go. Welcome to the NHK.
知りたいでしょ？引きこもりからの脱出方法。契約書にサインしたら教えてあげるよ、佐藤くん。
佐藤くんなんて呼ぶな。年下だろ。
I know an anime with a delusional guy is not the best way to kick off this list, but the delusional guy and the girl who appears at the doorstep is what made me addicted to this anime. This is about Tatsuhiro Sato, who acts like your average Redditor by making conspiracy theories about an evil organization called NHK. But things change when he meets a girl called Misaki Nakahara.
誰がどう見たって引きこもりだよ。
俺は確かにアパートにこもってはいるが、それは仕事から仕方がないんだ。
This anime is about the girl helping the guy reduce his delusions, and I felt like the way they did the slow burn romance and the way they developed the chemistry between the two characters was perfect. It's not every day you get to see a socially anxious conspiracy theorist as the main character in a romance anime, and since it was executed well, I was hooked from the start. Number 9, Ouran High School Host Club.
金がなけりゃ体で払え。今日から君はホスト部の犬だ。
あんまりです、お母さん。
You know, I'm not a huge fan of shoujo anime, and you know I really don't like cross-dressing and reverse harem anime, so when I say a shoujo cross-dressing reverse harem anime hooked me from the start, you know you should watch it. It's about a girl finding a mysterious club called the High School Host Club, where nice boys attend to girls and serve them. Think of it like the opposite of a maid cafe. After breaking a vase, Haruhi is forced to join the club to pay the debt.
この制服もらっていいんですか？
なんて可愛いんだ。まるで女の子じゃないか。
Unlike a lot of anime that belong to the same group, this anime stands out because of the characters. Every character is literally likable, and the comedy and the gags are played just at the right moment, so you don't feel the 20 minutes of the episodes passing away. So yeah, I got hooked because of the characters and the really awesome ending thing. Number 8, Dandadan.
そんなの考えたことなかった。初めて友達ができて嬉しくて。でも確かによく考えたら可愛いかも。
In 2024, I'd basically given up on anime hooking me up from the first episode, but then this came and changed everything. Dandadan is about a guy who doesn't believe in ghosts losing his balls to a grandma while a girl doesn't believe in aliens gets abducted into a spaceship.
今なんだおら！やってさんにはデリカシーがない。人の弱点がつけつけデリカシーってなんじゃ！
That sounds like a South Park episode, but what matters is the execution. The girl is your tomboy, and the guy's your average nerd who could transform into Monster Flash. So by the time I finished the first episode, oh boy, I was hooked. Everything from the direction, comedy, to the writing of this anime was bizarre. It wasn't as bizarre as JoJo's, but bizarre enough to know the anime is going to be good. And now season 1's over, and I could say it's one of the best first seasons of anime I've watched. Number 7, More Than a Married Couple, But Not Lovers.
ねえ、ジロー。勉強より楽しいことしようよ。何がしたい？ジローのしたいこと一緒にしよう。
I felt like this was gonna be Nisekoi 2.0, but the first episode changed my mind. This is about a period called couples practice, where you're partnered up with a girl and you're forced to live with her until you two get the perfect score. This is why you should always trust the Japanese to make high school interesting. Jiro, your average high schooler, wants to be with his childhood friend, but he's paired up with a popular gal. So basically we got a love triangle in the first episode itself.
ジローくん、目を閉じて少しかがんで。
え？これ夢？
I think the whole love triangle was the only thing I found annoying here. Apart from that, everything is perfect. The whole couple counseling, this is genius because that forces the two to stay together. And then we get a little romance moments sprinkled here and there to keep things interesting. Number 6, Kokoro Connect.
掃除が長引いて。
大地、貴様に聞きたいことがある。
何？どうしたんだ、成瀬。
昨日、私と入れ替わってた時、藤島さんと何があった？
moving back to a little old anime. That's if you can consider the 2000s old. This is about 5 friends, 2 boys and 3 girls, and even though they're friends, each of them hide darker secrets related to themselves or their past. Now all is smiles and laughs until the 5 of them begin to switch bodies. Secrets are revealed, troubled pasts haunt them back, and new romances blossom.
この際はっきり答えておこ
おい、何言うつもりだよ。
う。いおりは俺の女だ。あいつには近づかないでもらおう。
I should go on and say Inaban is the best girl of this show, and she's got me hooked to the show in the first place. But that doesn't mean the other characters are bad. The whole switching bodies thing isn't explored until our first 4 episodes are over, but the first episode lays the foundation of what's to come. Kokoro Connect is how you do drama right, and the anime proved it well. Number 5, Aoya hides her feelings in Russian.
マジで痛い。
久世くん、許してほしいなら黙ってこの手を受け入れなさい。
Come on, a Russian-speaking tsundere who reveals her feelings in Russian. What more could you ask for? I was hooked to this show from the moment the trailer got released, but the first episode was what established it for me. It's one of those shows where the title reveals most of the plot, but the characters steal the show and keep you hooked.
これからもよろしくな、ありゃ。
ありがとう。やっちびゃりぶりゅう。
I really hope the anime medium learns a lesson from this show. Most people aren't tired of anime tropes. They're tired of the tropes being used in the same way. Nobody likes a generic tsundere, but a Russian-speaking tsundere who is slightly forward in revealing her feelings? That's what I call an original. The main character not being a wimp also definitely helps to make this anime popular. Number 4, Darling in the Franxx.
あの時、俺はちゃんと乗れていたのかどうか。
ちゃんと乗れてた。素敵だったよ。
Darling in the Franxx is not a sequel to Neon Genesis Evangelion. Darling in the Franxx is about a girl with horns who loves calling this guy Darling. The main plot is all about her and her darling teaming up to fight giant monsters while piloting robots that look suspiciously like the ones from Evangelion. Apart from the obsessed girl, you also get a really nice ending theme which people somehow forgot. That's very depressing.
だから、俺を乗せてくれ。
やっぱり僕と一緒だ。君と僕は似ているね。
I think 02 was what got most people addicted to the anime. In an age where every anime girl was blushing, whining, and playing 6-dimensional chess with the protagonist, you've got 02, a girl who simply says, yo, I like you, so why don't we get together and pilot this robot? This is one of those scenarios where the anime girl steals the show and carries it on her back. Number 3, the 100 girlfriends who really love you.
どうしたの？
すみません。足をくじいてしまったみたいで。保健室まで肩を貸してもらえますか？
This is about a single guy who, like you, has 0 luck with girls until God himself comes down and decides to give him 100 girlfriends. And no, the title is not an exaggeration. This guy starts getting girls faster than Thanos collecting Infinity Stones. And he gets 100 girls. I mean, currently in the manga, we have about 25, 30, 40? I've lost count, but you can tell this guy is on track of getting 100 girlfriends.
このようにくっついちゃうのだ。
なんだこのちっこくて可愛い生き物。
Obviously, the 100 Girlfriends is the whole thing that sold the show for me. It's not about seeing the 100 Girlfriends, but it's about seeing how the author is going to fit 100 girlfriends into this story. The first episode proved this series doesn't take itself seriously and is the perfect rom-com to watch when you're depressed. And honestly, it's one of the best rom-coms I've watched. Number 2, Kaguya-sama, Love is War.
わかりきってたろ。俺にこういうの似合うはずがない。うわ。
ですよね。
I guess you all know the story of this one, but I'll say it for the newcomers. This is about Miyuki Shirogane and Kaguya Shinomiya, the student body's top representatives trying to confess their love to each other. Yes, you heard that right. These two know they're in love, but their pride doesn't allow them to confess their feelings to one another.
そうだな。まあ、いいんじゃないか。ダメだ。篠宮を見てると顔に力が入りすぎる。普 痛な方を見て心を落ち着かせよう。
And the entire anime gamifies the concept and presents the winner at the end of each episode. What makes Kaguya-sama really great is the two main dupes. I mean, look at these guys. These two are the perfect love rivals, and the way the writers portray that rivalry with comedy is really refreshing. The first episode lays a base to what's about to come, and 3 seasons later I could tell this is one of the best romance anime to come out. Number 1, quintessential quintuplets.
私にもできるんじゃないかって。だから責任取ってよね。
And we're finishing off with the anime with 5 sisters. You know what the world's hardest job is, being a tutor. A story introduces us to Futaro Usugi, a high school student hired to tutor 5 quintuplet sisters. Each sister has her own struggles, whether it's pride, laziness, or outright refusing to study. And then we got 3 seasons of Futaro being the tutor of the quintuplets and slowly making them fall in love with him.
合格すればいいんです。これであなたの顔を見なくて済みます。
Now, the ending might have thrown the fandom into World War III, but everyone can agree this is how we should do the first episode. Here we establish the personality of the main character, see why the girls start to dislike him, introduce the first girl, introduce the main character's struggles, and kickstarts the I'm going to tutor these girls arc. The first episode got me hooked to the anime so hard I binge watched half a season in one night, so this comes at number 1.